A cold autumn morning settled over the Italian countryside. Thick fog drifted across endless fields, while the world slowly woke to another day of hard work. From a small stone farmhouse, a young boy stepped outside, rubbing the sleep from his eyes. His father and the other farmers were already walking toward the fields, carrying heavy tools on their shoulders. The boy watched them for a moment, then quietly turned in the opposite direction. Behind the old barn sat a forgotten machine, covered in rust and years of dust. One of its wheels had sunk into the mud, and weeds had grown through its broken frame. To everyone else, it was nothing more than useless scrap, but not to him. He slowly brushed the dirt from the engine with his hands, revealing cold steel hidden beneath layers of rust. His fingers traced every bolt, every gear, every crack, as though the machine was trying to tell him a story. He carefully removed a single rusty bolt, then another. Tiny pieces of metal echoed through the silent barn as they touched the wooden floor. Outside, his father noticed the boy was missing. He walked toward the barn and found his son sitting on the ground, completely surrounded by gears and engine parts. For a long moment, he simply watched. The boy wasn't playing. He wasn't making noise. He wasn't even looking up. He was studying every piece with the concentration of someone trying to solve a mystery. His father slowly shook his head. Without saying a word, he turned and walked back to the fields. The boy never noticed. Sunlight slipped through the cracks in the old wooden walls, filling the barn with golden rays. Dust floated gently through the air, while the young dreamer carefully cleaned another gear before placing it back where it belonged. He didn't know why machines fascinated him so much. He only knew he couldn't stop thinking about them. Years would pass before the world learned his name. Years before he would build factories. Years before he would challenge one of the greatest car makers in history. But every extraordinary story begins long before the world is watching. Sometimes, it begins with a lonely boy sitting inside an old barn, trying to understand why a broken machine had stopped working.